Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here. Time for another blind commentary. And you know what there hasn't been enough of yet? Me watching people talk about the Cutie Map. Yeah, I kind of think I may be just being a little bit silly with this now, but I really do love this episode, and it's a fairly current and topical thing, so why not? It makes for a good something to test these analysts on. Watching another analyst today, and most of the requests for this guy came from the Silver Quill videos, so it's fair to say that the chain continues. We are watching Antony C's review of the Cutie Map. He and his reviewing his Magic series, or at least episodes of it, were suggested by Zodia195, Leader Without a Plan, Cyber Samurai, Count Monsparkle, Deathocats, Zaffron Orbion, Sasami-chan, and Paulness Cupcake. So, not quite as many requests as Silver Quill got, but still pretty close to it, which is encouraging. Not sure there's much else to say, so let's get started. Okay. Nice pipe.
Oh, hi there. Well, you've seen everyone else's review of this. Not much.
The real one.
Okay, it's the real one, huh?
Cutie-Markless, aside from sounding like a perfect description of Sandra Bullock and miscongeniality, is actually not the collective name of the 92nd and 93rd episodes of MLPG4. No, for very odd reasons I can't be bothered recounting now, it's now called the Cutie Map, a much blander red herring of a title that completely shoots my Sandra Bullock joke in the foot, so whatever. It's Season 5, baby, and we're all so happy to see it. Well, those of us without unfinished reviews to get to. Critics have to be the only fans of this dross who are quietly wishing for it to be postponed or something, but that said, it's strangely nice to be watching a brand new pony show again, and Frabjous Day! I didn't instantly hate it. Oh yes, this is a good episode, and you should feel, well, relieved at least when watching it. However, just before you go cracking open the fireworks there, Sally, decent enough a retelling of a timeless narrative this episode may be, it isn't perfect. I mean, it's pretty good, and we'll get to that, but let us first...
I like his accent.
...balls our crusty jugglers managed to drop, shall we? Or to put it another way, things I don't like about the not having of the Cutie-Marks episode of the Pony for My Little Pony... Fim. Number 5.
Okay.
Aboard the lazy train! Hello, Ponyville, and greetings yet again to our fine, friendly fillies, currently collected in the halls of the world's most indecorous building. But never mind that, because once the inexplicable castle tree decides for itself how to punk the heroes this week, it's time for a rail trip. On a spooky train to a terminus without a station, or even a water tower, apparently. How far from civilization are we?
You can really tell I'm reaching, can't you?
Number 4. All alicorns are princesses. And I know you're all like, huh, what? But in what, hilariously, marks the first time in 2 years since another adult has noticed that the purple one has wings, the antagonist immediately assumes Twilight Sparkle to be royalty, instantly removing all doubt that every single background alicorn thus far seen is nothing more than an animation error. I mean, they can't all be princesses too, can
Well, maybe.
Although I suppose they could be pegicorns. Yeah. What? Oh, come on, you know. Pegicorn? A Pegasus unicorn cross? No, an alicorn is more than just a horny horse with wings, you know. Oh, but you all forget about the Earth Pony component, don't you? Earth Pony Master Race. For your information, there are also probably Earthicorns and Pegasus, which, if nothing else, makes sense of the cake's completely wholesome genealogy. Number 3. What the F is a cutie mark? It might seem like an odd question to ask now of all times. We've been chewing on it since the 1980s, but it's kind of germane to this week's story, and it might surprise you to realize that, to the best of my knowledge, not once have we ever actually been told what a cutie mark factually is.
A cutie mark is a representation of a pony's unique talents and skills.
Oh, pretty please, with sugar on top. Putting aside for now the bizarre fact that this episode would have us believe that the theft of that representation is the same as removal of the talent itself, I thought equestrian ponies had 2 cutie marks. One for each flank. But then we see an un-cutie marking and it only takes it from one side? Is this a mistake? Did it only take half the talent? Oh, so I suppose it is just a symbol, and this is a symbolic representation of the removal of an internal talent or skill, which counts for both flanks. But after your talent is removed, and you get the symbol back, then you get your talent back too? Oh, so they're linked? As in they are the same thing? Well then what are these symbols apparently suppressing if your talent is purportedly no longer a part of you? To say nothing of what transpires if you happen to swap marks with someone and suddenly somehow you are terrible at the talent you just acquired. What? Oh, but hold on to your saddles, because then there are blank blanks.
It's best if you don't think about it.
Propensity for a certain something like, say, singing, have any talent at it at all if they don't yet have a Cutie-Mark. No, I know. You think to yourself, what you talking about, Antony? This is a kid's show with the talents and pubescent humiliation analogy. And sure, that's all lime and candy buzz. Don't worry, I'm just giving you something to think about the next time you're being moralized at by a bunch of forgetful silly billies.
Number 2.
Run, Fluttershy, run! Drama! And suddenly meek little Fluttershy finds herself in need of a theme tune as she's tasked with Shawshanking her way out of a chimney and on to rescue her friends. Now, I don't know about you, but when I watched this part, I was screaming at the telly, yes, run, Fluttershy, run! Oh, no, you're not running? Well, what? Okay, then, well, oh, yes, go get the cutie, no, forget the cutie marks, get that stuff, that magic hexamajigger, bring it back to Twilight. Okay, yes, alright, so we only learned later that, spoilers, they can't move very fast under the curse of communism, and that Meadowbeard the Brookie One's magic staff is a complete crock. But there's my point, we learn that later. So does Fluttershy, so there's no reason she shouldn't try for those things now. And how much better would it have been if we'd learned here what kind of constraints they're under and how much of a flim-flam the bad gal's magic turns out to be? Oh, never mind. I'm just happy someone thought to remove Spike from the story and assumedly realizing that his mail delivery talents would have ended the episode very quickly.
Yep, exactly.
Number 1.5.
Splash her. Splash her, Fluttershy. Come on, splash her. Anytime now. Splashy splash. She's right there. Splash her. Oh, splash her while she's not looking. One splash her. Oh, finally. You had one job.
Number 1.
Oh no, your shield thingy works. Toward the end of the show, Twilight pulls off a protection spell that would have come in very handy during the second act. Okay, arguably Twilight was trying to do more than just guard herself in that scene and kind of got outmaneuvered by a very powerful spell, but
that just raises further questions.
like for instance,
What are you ponies doing? Waiting for an invitation?
this is a rumble! Get in there! Fight!
Yeah.
Look, you notice how Rainbow Dashie rarely ever walks or sets foot on ground even when she probably should? Now, I've always figured that that's because she loves flying and is in constant training to do more of it. But now, oh no, you're right, just float there and watch your leader get fustigated. Pinkie Pie, help? Where are your super stealth skills now? No? Okay, what about you, AJ? Where are Bucky McGillicuddy and Kix McGee when you need them? I want to see some hoof-on-neck action. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it! But no. Okay. What a trust of proactive go-getters.
Clearly an inspiration to us all.
That all being said, you can put away the knackering, Glamps Cletus. I'm really only complaining about the way this scene is shot. Or, you know, animated. It's obvious what they were trying to get across, and if you excise this segment in your mind and replace it with one wherein Twi's friends try to help and are then maybe overpowered by the superior numbers, or perhaps Ms. Nightlight Flicker there surprises them all in a great big
Nightlight Flicker?
the way we see her do with
That's
the
a good
rest of
one.
the main six, then maybe the plot point of this scene can function, you know, at least in our heads, instead of once again being forced to swallow the, sing it with me, complete neutering of a mighty Alicorn princess while all her friends stand round and watch. Ugh. Well, there you have it. Now let's talk about the good stuff. Things I do like about the one where the cutie mark, they don't have the... shut up. Number 5. No stupid, poorly written, half-baked, lackluster, Deus Ex cop-out rocks to steal the hero's thunder. Yes, this series has been no stranger to the odd-faceted magic reset button, particularly as regards its season bookends. But not only is there no such thing to be had here, this episode seems to go right out of its way to quash any notion of some object getting in the way of our heroines actually having to use their brains to plan their way out of a bad situation. Good heavens, fake Kimmy Sparkle State looks like someone...
Kimmy Sparkle?
Skunks! Leading us to the splendid spectacle of resolution to carefully crafted shut-ups facilitated by intimate understanding of the characters, Moneypenny, steering us directly into number 4. Fluttershy does a thing. At some point in this episode, the yellow one is unbelievably forced into an interesting pinch where it seems she might just be the only living statue convincing enough to effectively...
Fluttershy doing a thing is pretty special.
The joy of witnessing a payoff to a setup predicated on the miracle of turning Fluttershy's character into a plot point. I can't even. Always forgiven, Hasbro. Have a cookie. Number 3. Stand back, every pony!
Stand back, everybody!
Double diamond.
Stand back, everybody!
Number 2. Clever dialogue. Yeah, you heard me. While savvy references to Orwellian state smashing are always appreciated, it's the noises our mighty mares make with their mouth parts that really wins the Pulitzer here, and adding any more of my babble to it would just be overkill, so here are my favorite bits.
Is your friendship ending? Are you crazy?
I love that bit.
We never let a disagreement get in the way of food!
And the Twitter joke.
Tweets don't make sense anymore. Even tweets This guy's a barrel of laughs. Laughs don't come in barrels. They come from inside you as your body's response to delight.
Don't have a team. You can't have a nightmare if you never dream.
You can't have a nightmare if you never dream. Holy cow. Yes. Yes! And that last one is also part of a song to which I don't wish rude things would happen. Oh, and speaking of rude things, number 1. Pinka frickin' Mina Diddly Diane Apple Bally Pie. Wanted on 8 counts of Grand Theft episode, Pinkie doesn't just steal the show, she dopes it up, abducts it, smuggles it across the
Pinkie
border,
is great in
and
that
starts her own
episode.
plantation to sell it back to us at a markup. Every single line of hers is solid gold, but that's just a start. Written deeply in character to play off the villains, Pinkie doesn't buy their cult shenanigans for a second. The Queen of Smiles and elemental embodiment of mirth seems to take some sinful glee in dismissing what she instantly recognizes as a town full of people wearing fake grins, which must rub her the wrong way to no end. She doesn't trust them, and neither do we, making this face the most priceless thing I've seen since PonyCon. Here, Pinkie is funny, supportive, useful, and never sings. And while I can't admit to finding this bit as hilarious as some people do, I can admit to it making a bit of sense in the show's grander continuity, which, if you've been hanging around me a while, you'll know is an immediate +1 modifier. Ah, top shelf, good shot. This might just be the best Pinkie Pie's ever been written. And if you disagree, then please feel free to try and fix my rusty deck chair with your earlobes. So there's a season 5 premiere for you. Not too shabby, I think. Here's hoping they can keep it up. Meanwhile, I just asked you a bunch of cool questions, so you have your homework this week. Till next time, I guess I'll just go back to making all that stuff I promised previously, whilst simultaneously wondering if anyone actually cares.
Hey, everybody, thrill me! Shout out to you, Antony C. We love you from BabsCon!
Unsubscribe.
Okay, the line is, say what?
Say what?
Say what?
Say what?
Say
what? What?
Say what?
Okay. So, yeah. He might be my personal favorite of these analysts I've looked at so far. I mean, I'm not generally a fan of just clearly overthinking the show. I find it really kind of unnecessary, which is why I never really had much of any interest in the whole analysis community before. Basically until you guys started recommending I do commentaries to this stuff. This guy, though, he does it in a way which is actually a lot of fun. His delivery is hilarious. Maybe it's just the accent, but he seems genuinely clever and like he really knows what he's talking about. I also kind of appreciate his less linear approach to reviewing it. I think it helped to keep his wit and charm shining throughout the whole thing. It was cool. I think I was more engaged than I was for either Silver Quill or Scorcher's review. And he made some good points about the episode too. I don't even mind that he was more nitpicky towards this episode, which I loved, because he did it in a way that was a whole lot of fun, and it's pretty clear he did like it himself too. Definitely will be looking at more of his reviews in the future. Hope you liked the commentary. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.